Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Flamehead97 here, and I'm here for my album review for Foregone by In Flames. This is their 14th studio album. This was released on February 10th, 2023. I know I'm a little bit late getting to my review, about 8 days late. I've just been having more important things to do with my life, as I mentioned in the update video from yesterday. But I'm finally here to get this review out for you guys. So let's go and get started with reviewing this new In Flames album titled Foregone. So the album opens up with the instrumental track called The Beginning of All Things That Will End. And I still think it's a pretty good instrumental. It's mostly like acoustic guitars and all that. But yeah, it's a pretty cool instrumental, I guess. I mean, it's just an instrumental, so I'm not really going to say anything much about it. But I thought it was an alright way to start off with the album. So that's all I'll say for that track. Track 2 is State of Slow Decay. This was, I think, the first single that we got from this album back in June of last year it was. So, yeah, this was definitely a great single. One of my favorites on the album. It's a good song. It has a lot of heaviness to it. It does have that modern In Flames sound, but it also has like a lot of great unclean vocals from Anders Frieden, and I really enjoy State of Slow Decay. I think it's a really good song, and I don't think they could have picked a better lead single for this album, because I really do really like this song. I think it's a really good song. So State of Slow Decay, it's definitely great that they wanted to start with an actual song that was actually pretty heavy, because some songs on this album, they're radio friendly, but majority of this album is heavy though, but I'll talk about that later on in the review. But yeah, the State of Slow Decay song is really amazing. I really like it. So I'd give it like a 4.5 out of a 5 rating. Definitely a really good song. So track 3 is Meet Your Maker. This was the 5th and final single from the album before its official release date. And while I really like this song, I don't like it as much as State of Slow Decay, but I still think it was a pretty good song though for what it was. It's another song where it's heavy, of course, but not as good as the lead single from the album, but it was still a pretty solid song. So Meet Your Maker, I'd give this one a 3.5 out of 5, because it was still a good song. So Meet Your Maker, still good, regardless of me not liking it as much as some of the other songs on the album. I still think it's a good song though. So Meet Your Maker, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5, because it's still a good song. So the next song on the album is called Bleeding Out. This is the 4th song on the album. Now, I don't like the song as much as I do State of Slow Decay or even Meet Your Maker, but I still think Bleeding Out was a good song for what it is. I mean, it's not a favorite for me, but I still like the song for what it is. I think it's a good one. Not a bad song at all. So I'd give it a 3 out of a 5. Yes, I think the song could have been better, but it's still definitely a good song from In Flames. So I'd give it a 3 out of a 5 rating. So track 5 is Foregone Part 1. This is one of the 2 title tracks on this album, because this album has 2 title tracks, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is actually my favorite when it comes to both title tracks. I mean, I don't think the Foregone Part 2 song is bad by any means. I just prefer Foregone Part 1. But yeah, this title track though is definitely really great. It's actually one of my favorite title tracks that In Flames has ever done with any of their albums. And I noticed with this song on each listen that this is like one of the only In Flames songs that doesn't have any doesn't have any clean vocals in it. Because majority of In Flames is newer music and has a lot of clean vocals, but I noticed with this song that it doesn't even have any clean vocals, so that was pretty awesome. So it's a pretty straightforward and heavy song, so if you like their heavier stuff, then you'd really enjoy the title track Foregone Part 1, because it's definitely an amazing song. I really love it, and it is one of my personal favorites on this album, if not my favorite song on the album. Just an amazing title track. So this title track, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Just an amazing song, nothing bad about the song at all. Really liked how it didn't have any cleans. Not that I think their cleans are bad in their music. I just like how they took the song and didn't really have any clean vocals. That was definitely very awesome. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for the title track. Amazing song. So track 6 is the second title track, Foregone Part 2. Like I said, I like the main and original title track a lot more. But however, I still think Foregone Part 2, the second title track for the album, I still think it's a good song. Yes, it's mostly a song with clean vocals, but it still has its unclean vocals here and there, but it's mostly a more like radio-friendly type of song compared to the original title track of the album, but I still thought Foregone Part 2 was still a really good song, though. Not as great as the original, like I'm saying, in my personal preference and opinion, but I still think it's a good song, though. So, Foregone Part 2, I'd give this one a 3 out of 5. Still a good song, though, for sure. So, track 7 is Pure Light of Mind. This one was pretty good, too, And, yeah, man. It may be one of my least favorites on the album, but I still think it's a good song, though. Because this album doesn't have any bad songs. So, Pure Light of Mine, I'd probably give this one maybe another 3 or 3.5. Still a good song, though. So, track 8 is The Great Deceiver. This was another one of the singles. Actually, the second single. Yeah, man, this song is awesome. I really like it. It's another one of my favorite out of the singles. I just really love it. It's definitely a great song. Would I like it more than State of Slow Decay? Probably so, but they're both really good songs though, so I can't say one is better than the other because both songs are good. I'm just saying that I probably like The Great Deceiver a lot more. But however, both songs are great. So The Great Deceiver, I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. I really like the song, so yeah, man, this song is awesome. So, really enjoyed it. 4.5 out of 5. Definitely a great song. So, track 9 is In the Dark. The song was really good too, man. Like, for real. I really enjoyed this one. Not as much as some of the other songs like State of Slow Decay or Foregone Part 1 or The Great Deceiver, but it was still a really good song. And it's pretty heavy too, so definitely a good one. I really liked it. So, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely a really great song. So, yeah, man, definitely a good one. Track 10 is A Dialogue in B flat minor. I know that's a silly song name, but that's the name of the song. When I first saw that song title, I was thinking, this is a weird song name. But upon listening to it, I kind of regretted saying that because it's definitely a good song, people. It really is. It's definitely a really good song. So, yeah. Dialogue in B flat minor. Definitely a good one. So, I give this one a 4 out of a 5. Definitely a really good song again. So 4 out of 5 rating. Definitely a good one. So track 11 is Sinosure. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really positive on that, but yeah, this was probably one of my other least favorites of the album, along with Bleeding Out, but I still think it's alright for what it is. It's got like these proggy type of riffs when it comes to the guitar work. Kind of reminds me of something like Tool would have in one of their songs when it comes to the guitar work, but I still thought it was an alright song for what it is, so I'd give it a 3 out of a 5 because I still think it's an alright song. Not a favorite for me, far from it, but not a bad song still. So, Sinosure, I gave it like a 3 out of a 5. Great song. So, track 12 is the closing track in Transmission. Now, this song could have been a lot better for me, because with any type of music, I always want an album to begin good and end good, but for me, the song didn't really do much for me, so I'd probably give it like a lower score, maybe like a 3 again, because it could have been a better song, so it is what it is. It's not a bad song to end the album. I just think they could have ended it a lot better. That's just me personally, so yeah. In the Transmission, I'll just give it a 3. I don't think it's a bad song though. Just could have been a lot better for a closing track. So what I personally think of this new album, Foregone by In Flames, I actually think it's a good album. I mean, it's better than Battles. It's probably even better than Eye the Mask, even though I really liked Eye the Mask. I thought it was a good album. Not one of their best, but it was still good, so this was definitely a great follow-up to Eye the Mask. I mean, sure, some songs on Eye the Mask I would probably prefer over some of the songs on Foregone, but still, I still think Foregone was probably the better album. And many of Flames fans would definitely agree with me when I say this, that this is one of the band's best albums in years. Probably since Purpose or even Sounds of a Playground Fading. So, yeah, this album is great. We're gonna enjoy it a lot. So, glad I finally get this album review out for you guys. So, Snow Flames album, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. So, if you guys haven't heard this album, I would definitely recommend it. Great album. Great return to roots, pretty much. So, yeah, it still has their modern sound, but it also has their old style as well. So, it's definitely a very good album, though. So, I want to give it a 8 out of 10. I'm the Flamehead, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.